First leg round of 16 action continues today, and what a day it promises to be. The Premier League leaders on a quadruple mission, a rematch of the Club World Cup final, another edition of the Champions League Classico, and more Arctic Circle football. We got big names and very big games.
Yes, Kay!
Yes! On match day 6, Manchester City went to the Bernabeu and edged Real Madrid. Now they meet again. The City of Light sees PSG out for revenge against their recent nemesis Chelsea. And under the Northern Lights, Bodo Glimt look to continue their fairy tale story, this time against Sporting. And on the banks of the Rhine, Bayer Leverkusen are taking on Premier League leaders Arsenal. That game already underway. It's the early kickoff today, Leverkusen. Well, welcome everybody to our London studio. So happy to have you with us. I'm Kate Scott, alongside the all-time great who has won it all. The World Cup, the Euros, the Champions League, the Premier League, La Liga. The list goes on and on. Thierry Henry. The Liverpool legend who has won the Champions League, the Europa League, the FA Cup and the League Cup. Jamie Carragher. And one of 5 unsuccessful nominees for the 2012 Manchester City Player of the Year Award, Big Meech, Micah Richards.
I knew that was going to come back to bite me. Nominee, Thierry me. Come on.
You got so out of sorts, didn't you, at the top of the show? With your ties, you're all stressed and...
Yeah,
what's up?
I think
appearance makes a big difference
I
on
think
this
it's a
show.
new look. Can we address your hair?
Yeah, go on.
Is this permanent now, this?
I think after how successful it was yesterday.
Just talking about new look, I wanted to say you went from Sherman to Body Love.
Thank you, Titi.
Big Meeks to Slim Meeks.
Over my new hairstyle.
Sherman to Body Love.
Oh, yeah, you did that yesterday. Body Love.
What do you think, Kate?
Can we go back to your hair, though?
We are.
I want to get a little comparison.
Off?
Oh.
Yeah. Old Jamie and new Jamie.
Oh, look at that.
I tell you what.
It's a little bit like Peaky Blinders to me.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Okay.
I love it. I think you look fantastic.
I think I look sharp. I think it took a few years off me that. You know that thing that we've just
How
seen
many
like
years
that?
do you think it took off you?
4.
Precise.
You know we've just had that split screen?
Yeah.
Can we put that in? Can I have that as a picture?
What?
What for?
You will get it for you, I'm sure.
I want to show Nicola.
You know what, though, Jamie?
She'll decide.
Before we go, I just think it could start more from here. It's going a bit back if you go that way.
Why
Bring
do
the
you think
girls
that?
in. Bring the girls
Why
in.
do you
They done
think
it.
that?
Well, yeah, you look like you're receding a little bit.
Receding? I don't think so.
That's what I mean if you swoop over
Honest
that
to God,
way.
I absolutely love this. Where am I looking again? Number 4, I've been told. Oh.
Anyway,
Jesus.
shall we get to the football?
Yeah, they're bored of
I
the
can
side
never
part
participate in this type of conversation anyway.
Let's talk about Bayer Leverkusen and Arsenal in progress at the moment, but 1-0 down, Arsenal, TT.
I said it's in the green room. Away from home is difficult. I do think that exactly like Jamie said, I think it will be a different way, a different tie at the Emirates. But away from home in Europe, it's tough. Apart from Atalanta yesterday that, for me, played and be in a situation maybe to create an upset.
But what we should say is, I want to say one more thing. The German clubs are the best on social media.
The best at what?
Putting funny clips or memes out. And this was out on Bayer Leverkusen's before the game because, as we know, notoriously, Arsenal are kings of set pieces, so no corners allowed. I'm sure that sign's now in the bin with the 1-0 lead for Leverkusen with set pieces. But isn't it interesting that Liverpool lost last night on a set piece and Arsenal right now are losing on a set piece?
And as the talk of the
that was
Prem.
supposed to be, the talk of the Prem. That's where English teams maybe have a huge advantage on their fellow Europeans.
I like how he always tries to get Liverpool involved in the conversation.
That's how it is. You have to be clever with it.
Yes, sir. So
Amen to that.
we will keep you up to speed on that Arsenal game. We've got 2 marquee matches tonight, which of course requires 2 marquee names, pick side. Last night, you remember Peter Schmeichel was in Bergamo. Today he's back in Paris for PSG against Chelsea. Guillaume Balaguer is at the Bernabeu for Real Madrid against Manchester City. We're going to hear from them both in a few. Yeah, what?
I'm definitely not Peter Schmeichel. I'm more Guillaume Balaguer.
You are more Guillaume Balaguer. Salt and pepper, you know. Shorter cut. You wish you were Peter Schmeichel, though, do you? That head of hair?
Not looking like that.
Well, the goal scorers, they're, of course, the most valuable commodity in football. And tonight in Bodo, Paris, Madrid, there's a parade of strikers getting set to light up the scoreboard. Stay with us, everybody. We're just getting started here. We'll be back in a second. Well, last night saw Bayern win in Bergamo. Bayern, by the way, the team that he thinks will win it all this season. Tonight, he is in Paris to see last year's winners, PSG, take on Chelsea. Let's go and say hello to our friend, the goalkeeper, Peter Schmeichel. What's going on, Peter? How's it feel over there?
Hello, how are you?
No rain.
Oh, it's good. It's nice. The weather is nice. I'm always excited to be here because the atmosphere inside this stadium is always fantastic. And of course, it is the world champions, the World Club champions against the Champions League champions. And by the way, it just speaks volumes of this tournament that isn't the biggest game today, by the way. That's the second biggest game. But it's very, very good. I mean, the atmosphere is going to be great. And of course, the quality of football will be top class.
We wanted to talk to you about the goalkeeping situation as well with PSG, if we could, because obviously last season they had Donnarumma, who was brilliant for them on the way to the Champions League title and winning that. Then they sell Donnarumma in the summer, perhaps surprisingly. They bring in Lucas Chevalier, this young French goalkeeper. It's unsuccessful. He ends up getting replaced by Matvei Safonov. Do you think you have to have a world-class goalkeeper to be able to ultimately go ahead and win the Champions League? And does that put PSG this season at a disadvantage?
I think you do need a world-class goalkeeper. If you go through the last five who's won the Champions League, it's Donnarumma, it's Thibaut Courtois, it's actually Mendy for Chelsea, who's a fantastic goalkeeper for them, and of course Manuel Neuer is in there as well. So you kind of need these kind of goalkeepers, and it kind of surprised me a bit because Donnarumma for me was key to PSG winning the Champions League last season. The number of saves he made on the way to the final was just so crucial to the wins that they achieved. To then, for Luis Enrique said that, to then go out and say, we are looking for a different profile. That's what he said, and they brought Chevalier in. Chevalier, Danish guy, by the way, Philip Jørgensen. And my information is that Liam Rosinia has told Philip Jørgensen that he is, from now on, his number one choice.
Oh, exclusive.
Exclusive, Peter.
There's another
Exclusive. You heard it first here at CBS.
Yes. Peter Schmeichel. There's another goalkeeping question we want to ask you about. We talked to you about it yesterday after the game, the Tottenham game, where we saw...
I think about this, the worse I think it gets for Kinski here. I feel incredibly sorry for him. I think Igor Tudor really needs to have a serious conversation with himself. His job is to save Tottenham from not being relegated in the Premier League. That's it. It's not to try and win the Champions League, and especially not when you're 3-0 down. So to do what he did yesterday, to take him out, take him off after 17 minutes, he made the big call before. You got to stick with him. And I said yesterday, stick with him at least till half-time. At half-time, you can then make an excuse that, there's something wrong. He calf strain, whatever, But save the young man from that humiliation. So, and I will say to Kinski here, by the way, directly to you, that, we've all been there. We're all, goalkeepers, as David De Gea said, it's a different position to everywhere else. And we know if we make a mistake, well, it's more often than not, it's a goal. So, the reality of goalkeeping is you are going to make mistakes and it is going to cost you goals. And the art of goalkeeping is, how do you react to that? He didn't get a chance to react to that yesterday. But I will say to you directly, you did nothing wrong yesterday. You made a couple of mistakes, but you, as a human being, as a person, did nothing wrong, and you were hung out to dry, and I think that was incredibly wrong. And if you ever want to have a chat, I'm here to talk to you. I'm not patronizing you in any way. I know you probably have a team around you, but I've been there. I know what it's like, and I can help you if you want to have that help.
Uncle Pete!
Uncle Pete! You did absolutely nothing wrong.
Have a chat with Uncle Pete.
What?
Should do it. Love that, Peter. That's very good of you.
I wish you defended me like that on this show.
Do you need to have a chat with Pete?
Yeah, please. Uncle Pete, I need a chat, mate. I'll give you a ring.
Micah, we'll have a chat next week.
Perfect.
Peter, we'll see you in a minute. Thank you very much. OK, let's talk about PSG and Chelsea, this game. Then obviously PSG, it feels like every time we kind of come into these Champions League weeks, we're having that conversation around the fact that, oh, you know, this is a stage of the season where PSG now start to click. Is it right to now start doubting whether that's going to happen for them this season?
Well, facts are facts. It still didn't click the way we were expecting them to click. But tonight, one thing that is sure is Dembele is back. So it's not the same team also when Dembele is back. But yes, he hasn't been the Paris Saint-Germain that we saw last year, but it is still Paris Saint-Germain. We saw that they struggled against that and all of that, but they didn't have the chance to do what they did last year in terms of having that same 11 in every game from January.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the opposition. Let's talk about Chelsea under Liam Rossini. What have you made of his kind of stint in management so far?
I think he's done really well. Pull up the wrong way, I would say, at different times, with more off the pitch stuff. A little wink there. Oh, he's not just a yes man at Chelsea. He's just been brought in from their sister club Strasbourg. He's got something about him. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt slightly. But the new one they're doing is where they do a huddle round the ball.
Do you like it?
You have
well,
no
the
doubts
opposition
about
are trying to. No, I don't. It's a load of nonsense. They can easily do that huddle 10 yards further back, and just little things like that.
I'd love to see him as a manager, what you would do, you know?
Well, I wouldn't do that. Right, huddle around the opposition team kick-off. Oh, it just rubs people up the wrong way. It does.
Well, anyway, I was at Wrexham game against Chelsea in FA Cup, and Chelsea were brilliant at times. Not so good now. But you won't say Chelsea was brilliant in moments in the game now?
They're playing Wrexham.
It doesn't matter. They're
10 men.
There's way at Wrexham. You still got to get it done.
Honestly. Wrexham should have got took it to extra time or penalties, and they had 10 men against Chelsea. £1 billion team. Didn't play brilliant.
Thierry,
Well,
you got a bit of a breakdown for us on how Rossini sets his team up to play.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who he plays against. If they're down to 10 men or whatever it is, they love to play out from the back, which, be careful, can suit also Paris Saint-Germain, because we all know they like to put pressure. But although it wasn't the same coach, they beat them that way in the Club World Cup. But this is them, obviously, with the ball. But look here, normally, when you panic like that and you made a mistake, maybe you can kick it because you're like, you know what, let's clear the line and push up. No. From Palmer, his play there to Enzo, Arsenal would have been in trouble. Obviously, it didn't happen. They always try. I know there's a lot of if. Plays well that ball for James, they would have been out. They do not stop. They're playing with 10 men. And I will explain to you, when you say that, playing with 10 men, a lot of people start to panic. A lot of people will say, you are crazy, you're being too brave, you're being too much of a guy that likes to play. You play with centre-back here, Martinelli. 11 v 10. You might be thinking, Martinelli, why are you retreating? Go and put pressure. We're one man more. It's an illusion. You're not one man more. You know, when people here are saying, you're playing down with 1 man down, 10 men. It's not 11 v 10. Your goalkeeper around here. So now, if you do the math, your goalkeeper is still there. 1, 2, 3, plus the goalkeeper 4. You have 7 players now of Arsenal putting pressure. 2 players of Chelsea that scared those guys. So now it's 8 v 7. So technically, you have an overload because your goalkeeper is active. There is not active. So you have 1 man more. So it is an illusion. If you don't panic and play the way he likes to play, not my way, not your way, guys. Is he right? Because he doesn't have, the air that he usually have. So that's why Paris Saint-Germain is going to have to deal with, but Chelsea is going to have to deal with also them not getting the ball back.
Great analysis, Thierry, but I'm still not having the huddles.
C'est magnifique.
Tu n'as pas mis de huddle?
No.
Merci, c'est gentil.
C'est
On
magnifique.
peut continuer en français si tu veux.
Oh, c'est gentil.
Oh, merci, c'est gentil.
You know what, we're just going to preview. Oh, here we go. Quick live look at the Arsenal game. It's still 1-0 at the end of May for the Champions League final. So do 2 other European powerhouses who are facing off against each other again. It is a massive night at the Bernabeu. We're going to talk about Real Madrid against Manchester City after this break. Welcome back, everybody. Let's jump straight over to the game in Leverkusen against Arsenal, where something off there. Tonight, Real Madrid play Manchester City for the 16th time in the Champions League, with 12 of the previous 15 being knockout phase matches. Those games have featured incredible goals, breathtaking drama, and some of the biggest names in football playing at their very best. Well, tonight the rivalry renews. The first leg of their last 16 tie is being played over in the Spanish capital. So we're going to take you over to Madrid and out to Guillem Balaguer, who is there for us. Guillem, there must have been a bunch of these games by now.
This is a Clásico. You said it earlier. They played 5 consecutive seasons. The first 3 of those 5, the winner of this tie, won the Champions League. But this is a different Real Madrid and this is a different Manchester City. In the case of Real Madrid, the previous manager, Xabi Alonso, took the players out of the comfort zone, perhaps a little bit too much for the players. No, even though he's got a year left in his contract, Arbeloa, the talk is of Pochettino, of Klopp, of Allegri. We'll have to see. But the surprising thing about tonight is that 7,000 tickets have not been sold. And after the 4,000 that Manchester City could have brought, only 1,100 fans, City fans, have come to the Santiago Bernabeu. It looks like they're tired of a Clásico. I don't understand it. The players of Real Madrid were like, oh no, Manchester City again. Pep Guardiola, on the other hand, was thinking, do you know what? It's another way to keep growing, meeting all these big guys. It's a massive tie. Everybody should be here, shouldn't they?
Yes, they should. Yes, they should. Guillem, thank you so much. We'll come back to you. Thierry, let's talk about this Real Madrid game, because I guess with Real Madrid, we always roll out the cliche of the pedigree and, you know, who they are in Europe, the kings of Europe. Does that still apply to this team? Is it still relevant?
Well, it doesn't apply to the team, it applies to the club. Real Madrid works with how many Champions League they win. That's the benchmark, and that's just the history of the club. So when you go there, it's a heavy, heavy shirt to wear. And so to follow the teams that won that competition and the way they won it and what they won before, not only the Champions League, it is tough for anyone. All I want to say is that that team is also young. Let's go back to Madrid.
Yeah, do you want to, I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that because you said that that team, it's not that team, it's the club. You get judged on what you win, and especially the Champions League. That's what separates Madrid to other clubs, is what you do in the Champions League. And so that shirt is heavy, but I have to say also that that team is young. And also that team, I'm not having a go at the players that are playing now. You know, if you compare the team that won the Champions League, if you look at the starting 11, you have match winners. But not only match winners, you had guys that could control the tempo of the game and control moments, difficult moments, get the team together, slow the game down. Yeah, we need to go. We escape, guys. Let's stuck in a tiny bit more. Let's ride our luck a bit more. You have the goalkeeper that saves you, but then when you have a Modric and a Kroos and a Casemiro and a Benzema, I'm not going to name everybody, but that also has an impact on the game. Quality does matter. Now, having said that, the Real Madrid team that I've seen recently, is they at the level of the team of before? No, but they're trying to be. The only thing is at Real Madrid, you don't have the time because you get judged on who was winning stuff before and how they were winning it. But having said that, without Kylian Mbappe, they're definitely not the same team. But it's so funny that how the best player, one of the best players in the world, because he hasn't been crowned yet as the best in 1 year, when he plays, he looks like he's a problem for some people. And when he doesn't play, then it's also a problem because he's not playing. Which one is it? I do think that guy is a solution, never a problem. You just need to find the right balance when you have him in the team. He's not there tonight, but let's see what they can do. I think City might be a bit too strong for Madrid this year.
Yes, and you're going to ask me about City?
All right, we'll wait. We'll wait for the surprise.
39 minutes.
39 minutes?
39 minutes
Yep.
It was before you asked me.
It was worth the wait, wasn't it, everybody? Back in January, Bodo Glimt, they were on the verge of elimination. Now 4 straight teams later, the team from a small town up north is getting set to play in the round of 16. We're going to talk about Bodo Glimt and their game against Sporting in just a minute. Well, there are 3 matches still to come at the top of the hour, one of which, welcome in, hello. Okay. One of those 3 matches coming up for you, Feet.
Because obviously they've shown us that they can do it, but